Hello guys, welcome back to our new video. So till now basically we will learn Python, what is meant by Python, what are the variables in Python, data structures in Python, loops, conditional statement, exception handling, important programs. Now this is my last video related to our basic Python, I can say that, because we almost covered all the means required we can say the topics. So only two basically topics are remaining. One is the basically lambda map and reduce functions, and second is the file handling. So in this lecture, basically, I will teach you the file handling. As I said, I don't want to make video lengthy, so I will teach you only basic that is required. If you want to learn more, definitely you can connect me on a LinkedIn. Okay, so yeah, without wasting time, we will moving forward with our new fresh topic called as file handling. Okay, so as you know, exception handling we already learned. Exception means error, handle means we need to handle that. Similar way, file handling. Okay, so in general also, if you're thinking that I want to store a data, right? So particularly if you want to store a data, you need a location, right? Like for example, you have in mobile phone also you have the images, videos. No, you need to store that so that in future you want to use that again, right? So that's why the file handling coming into the picture. So basically in computer also, whenever you want to means basically store particular files, particular data into a file, then we can use the file. So file is nothing rocket science, just simple, like we can say the collection of images, and we can say that, right? And inside a folder we can directly store the files, or if you want to store a file separately also, this is also possible. So in short, file means what? You have data, you want to store that data, and if you want in future you want to access that data, then we can say yes, this is called as a file. Okay, so in Python, file handling is one of the most important topic, we can say that. So whenever you want to store data, you need a file. Okay, so without wasting time, we will moving forward with our basic concept related to file handling, right? Yes. Okay, so first important thing related to file, always remember that file basically whenever you have the file, you need to perform the operations, or you can say in standard word in Python language we can say this is like file modes. Okay, these are the most important modes in a file. Okay, basically if you are saying that, the name itself suggests that R means we can say the read mode, W means we can say the write mode, A means we can say the append mode, and the X basically creating new file. Okay, generally we don't use that. Okay, creating new file and all that, sorry. Okay, because we need to first, for example, if I don't have any file, that is it possible to read that file? Think in a practical way. Means I'm saying that key, I have one file that is called as like demo.txt. I have that file. Okay, if in that file there is nothing content, this is empty file, but I want to read that, is it possible? Definitely possible, because file is already created. But what if the file is not created, and I'm randomly saying that okay, I have one file, you need to read that, is it possible? Of course not, because if the file is not present, then how it is possible to read the file? So first, don't go sequence wise, like first read, write, append, and creating new file. Always remember read mode. Think in a practical way. Read mode is only happen if the file is present. If file is not present, then read mode is nothing, right? So for example, I want to create a file. Okay, then and then only I can directly say that, okay, I want to read a file. Okay, so for example, see carefully the syntax related to the file handling. Okay, we have the two syntax, but generally we will focus on the second only, because the first syntax have the some of the drawbacks. Okay, if you go on Google and search, definitely you can understand that, because I don't want to waste time in that. So in general, real time also we generally use this syntax only. So always remember, first you need to give the with keyword. Okay, related to function also, we already seen that, sorry, it automatically gives a suggestion. Okay, so don't worry about that. That's why I'm saying that key, you need to open a text and then you need can directly practice. Okay, so in function also we will learn that is the def keyword, right, for creating the function. So related to file handling also, we need to first use the with keyword. Again, after that, we need to write a open function. Why it is a function? Because the round bracket is coming, right? So first simple with keyword, open function name. Inside that, in double quote, we need to write a file name with extension. Extension is totally optional, but generally we need to follow the extension, because we can easily understand what exactly the file is. Okay, and after that the file mode, this is also again in double quotes only. Okay, now I'm saying that I don't have any file and I'm trying to read that file. Okay, because trial and error is very very important. Okay, if you trial and error, then definitely you can understand. Again, after completion that, you need to give the syntax, and then you can directly say, wait, we need to give the alias name as a file, and then we need to give the indentation. And now I want to use like with print file. Okay, and for example I want to read a file, then as simple as that, we have the read function. Okay, now again I am cutting that and pasting in a code, and then I am trying to run that file. Okay, now see the error. Okay, that's why I'm saying that in Python the errors are very very user friendly. If you read the error particularly, then definitely you can understand why this error is coming, right? So that's why I'm saying, if you don't have any file, then is it not possible to create that file. Sorry, if the file is doesn't present, then it's not possible to read. So that's why I need to use the W keyword. And again, if the file is open in a W mode, then you can't read that file. The file mode suggested, if you are using the R mode, then you can use the read function. If the file opening in a W mode, then you need to open in a file.write. But right now I don't write anything, I'm just creating the file, and I am again running C. These are the basically decoding. Okay, don't focus on that much. Now for example I want to check that the file is created or not. So here the symbol is right in left side, the file. Go here and make a refresh and see the file is created. If you double click that file, see the file contents are totally empty. Why? Because we didn't write anything inside that file. That's why we need to first write mode. If the file is not present, then definitely we need to write mode, and then only we will create that file basically. That's why I'm saying X mode we generally don't use, because write mode is also doing the same thing. It's also creating the empty file. Now I am using the write function, and inside write I am written something like hello world. Okay, and again now if I am running that file, see the 11. What is the 11? This is the basically length of your string. Okay, now again if you refresh this page, and then if you're trying to open that file, see the file contents are visible. That's why the read mode is very very important in file handling. Now for example, if you're thinking like that way, I want to read that, and I'm using here the R mode. Okay, and then I don't want anything because I just want to read a file. Okay, and I am written here the 2 C. Okay, so inside read also you can mention the particular number, so that it will reading that particular character. So I am mentioning only 2, so it will reading the only 2 characters that are present in a file. Okay, I hope till now you can understand. Okay, the now most important thing is related to that difference between write and append. Okay, now again if you are seeing that, see again I am running that file. Okay, I don't want to mention like read to and all that. I just want to means I don't want to mention anything, I just making the read. Okay, so it will reading the entire file. Now the most important thing is coming into the picture. Now we will learn the append mode. Again I am here using the append mode. So in append mode definitely you can't read a file. Append means basically adding. We already cover in list what is the append method in a list. It will adding the element at the last. Similar way append mode is also doing the same thing. It will adding data inside the end of the file. Okay, so now again I am written the file.write, and I am here mentioning Pune, and now again I am running C. Got it? Now again if you are saying that, see, wait, got it? So append is doing the same thing. It will adding the content in the last of your characters, and if you want to give the space, this is also possible. Here you need to just give the space. That's it. Nothing else. Okay, nothing rocket science basically. Okay, but if you are noticing here, the already the Pune is there. Why it not erasing? Because append mode is doing the simple thing. It will not erasing and all that. It will adding the data at the end of the file. That's it. Nothing changes. Whenever you are using the append mode, always remember it will adding the data at the end of the file. That's it. Okay, but For example, if you are opening file in again in a write mode, and then if you are running that file, then again I am refreshing that file, see, all your contents are gone. Always remember the difference between append and write. Whenever you have a situation like you want to add a data end of the file, directly you can open in a append mode. Function does not change. File.read is definitely the same function because write function is used for adding the data. And what exactly append? Append is also adding. Maybe it will adding the last, but at the end it will also adding. So whenever you are using the append mode, you need to use the write function, and inside write function whatever you return, it will coming inside that file. But always remember, whenever again and again you are using the w mode, it will erasing all the data, creating the new string in that file. Always remember. Okay, this is very important interview question. Tell me the difference between write and write and append. Okay. Now again, if you are saying that, okay, I want to like add a multiple files, definitely you can add, don't worry about that. Also means multiple line also. Indentation is always remember. Okay, indentation is very important. And now if I running that file again, and if you are opening that file, see Pune and MH. Again I am saying that if you want to give the space in between, you need to give the space here, or directly if you want to add in a next line, definitely you can use the slash n2, so that it will adding in a next line. It will not like Pune and MH, it will be Pune then down NH. You can read that all the escape characters. And again I am saying that if you want to learn in detail Python, you can directly reach out to me to on LinkedIn. Definitely I will help you, because in here I don't want to make a lengthy videos. If I'm making the lengthy video, then everyone will be bored and thinking like, why this video we need to watch. Okay, because this video is very lengthy. Okay, so as almost I covered all the basics of related to file handling, what is meant by file handling, what is use of the file, and what are the three important modes, basically the four modes. But again I proved that, so whenever you want to create an empty file, you can also use the read mode without write function. That's it, so you don't need to use the X mode. Okay, and again I'm most important topic is covered inside that, that is the difference between write and append. Okay, so till then, bye bye. Practice makes man perfect. Keep learning, keep enjoying. Bye bye.